And try to get him out of the way as well. Perfect. And I will send him right here. There we go. Awesome. I've been really lucky in this game, by the way. So, another KO. So, let's see. End of turn. It will be my last turn, next turn, and I will be able to score a second touchdown, which is really good since it will give my catcher 3 star player points. Now, at the end of the game, the computer will determine randomly an MVP for your team and the other team. The MVP will gain 5 star player points for free. So it's really great, but at the same time, well, it sucks since you can't decide who gets it. But hey, that's part of the game. So I won't try my luck by blocking anyone since I don't have any rerolls and I don't have the skills to, compensate. And besides, it's my last turn. So let's go. And he scores 2-0, which is a pretty good win. However, I would probably have had a lot of more trouble with my stupid moves had I not faced a team like the Vampires, because Vampires suck. And last kickoff. However, something can happen when you kick off. Sometimes the clock can go backwards. So sometimes you think the game is over, but hey, it can really cause some serious problems. Anyway, didn't happen this time, so you will try to block and blitz a little bit, and it'll be over. I will remove this. Usually I play like this. He's just going through the motions since, he lost. Usually, if I'm losing and it's pretty much the last turn, I will try my best to kill or maim an opposing player because, well, you have to get your revenge somehow. It's quite normal in Blood Bowl. After all, this is not a sport for kids. And there we go. The end of the game. Now, when you end a game, you have different tabs at the top of the screen. Here, if you have won, you get a chance to re-roll your earnings. And in this case, I rolled 1 on a 6-sided die. So hey, of course I'll re-roll. If you have drawn the game or lost, you don't get to re-roll. And I re-rolled a 1. That's fun. Anyway, now I have 100,000, which means I can hire a new blitzer, which is good. Now, if we look at the replay, you can see the important events. For example, the name of the players that were injured or killed, or who scored the touchdowns, and when were the kickoffs. And here we see one of my linemen got the MVP. So now we will have 5 star player points, and a player gets his first level up at 6. So, well, it sucks, but still. It means I will have to play a couple of games to see some improvement in my team. And the computer got the same problem as me. Star player points for someone who didn't have any. And finally, you have the statistics. Here, I usually check here because you know right away how many star player points your team got. And you can also check who got them. Here are 15. Since I got 5 from the MVP, that means I got 3 here for this touchdown, 3 here for this touchdown, 2 for this casualty, and 2 for this casualty. Well, Walrus seems to be lucky since he was the MVP and injured someone. Now he has enough star player points to gain a level. So we'll go right away and level him up. The computer will always announce when you have someone who can level up. You don't have to do it right away, but hey, you know, it would be a bit cheap to save, then roll, then reload, you know. That would be really bad. So, Walrus will roll. What happens here? Depending on their position, players will get a chance to roll in different tables. Normally, linemen only get access to general, but still there are very, very good skill in the general table. However, if I rolled doubles, I could go in any of these, and the strength table is really nice. I like it because I'm violent. So we will see. I didn't roll doubles, so I will have to choose in general. Sometimes when you level up, you get really lucky and roll a stat. So you could gain 1 in movement, in agility, strength, or armor. Some players will benefit more than others from different stats. Usually when you see strength, you'll want to take it because strength is always good. Agility, not the same. Movement usually is very good. So this time I will grab block, since it's one of the basic skills that's important. But you have a skill like Dauntless, which is really nice, which means that when you block or blitz a player that has a higher strength than yours, well, you roll a die and you have a chance to block at the same strength level as the defender. And that's always good, of course. Fend is something really nice for catchers or throwers even. It means that when a player pushes you back or even knocks you down, they cannot follow you. So you will keep some separation between the blocker and the blockee. Frenzy can be really fun or very dangerous. A few teams have Frenzy in their players, like the Troll Slayers for the Dwarves, or the Werewolves for the Necromantic, the Berserkers, and the Norse Werewolves for the Norse. And finally, let's see, I think that the Witch Elves for the Dark Elves also get it. Pro is a 1 out of 2 chance to get a personal reroll for an action. That's very good, but there are better skills usually when you start out. Tackle cancels dodge. It's very, very important, but usually block is more important. Sure hands can really be nice for the one who usually picks up the ball. Usually a thrower, or your guy with the most movement, or even a catcher. Wrestle can be interesting, but usually I avoid it. It means that when you have both down, you can choose to put both players prone, and the turn does not end, which is very nice. However, well, usually there are better options. Kickoff and kickoff return are used during kickoffs. And kick is very interesting because it cuts in half the amount of bouncing and scatter that the ball does. So it's a good skill to have. Not essential, but still good. So I will take block. There we go. So with my money, I will go grab a new blitzer. There we go. Now, because I hired a new player, my team value has gone up. And as you can see, my fan factor has also gone up. Because I won, there's a roll at the end of the game, anyway. So, this is it for the first Let's Play, the tutorial. And I will probably cover each team and how to start out with them instead of